Thank you, Mayor, for putting us on Facebook, and thank you for KJAS, where I want to know about the meeting. But it's something that in 15 years of living in this community, I've never spoken out on anything. But this really gets to the core of how we want our community to be led. And this isn't a national issue, this isn't a state issue, this is our town. And these are our town resources that are being talked about. This is revenue. And it's interesting, I keep hearing the word clean election. No, it's public money. It's our tax money. It is not clean or dirty until you start behaving a certain way. And we have a long tradition. We have people in the room who've run successfully for council by knocking on doors. It is not 1986. You do not have to go to a rich developer and have a fundraiser. You can do a GoFundMe.
It's with the funding stream. It's not your tax dollars. It is the most vulnerable people in our community who have to pay this. The people who always end up on the wrong side of the law. And that's who we're asking to finance the public ambitions of people in this city.
I served 24 years on the Tempe City Council, 16 as mayor. A period of the most rapid growth and development in Tempe's history. And I never saw the power that developers and lobbyists had over this body. I'm sure the office holder who made that statement will say, I'm not saying that the current or past councils did the bidding of developers and lobbyists, but what is implied by the supporters of the clean election is they don't trust future councilmen and voters. I'm not sure I know what the problem is that is trying to be solved by this measure. In the same newspaper article, it stated, if there was clean elections, that, quote, when a candidate chooses not to run clean election, that should say something to the voters. What does it say? Does it say that that if you don't use clean election, you are therefore the candidate of developers and lobbyists? I don't think so. I believe that clean election protects, and this is where I'm really coming from, I believe clean elections protects incumbents. Political pundits and other political watchers know that incumbents have a built-in advantage. They have name identification and a group of supporters they've used in the past. Challengers need to spend time building a team and raising enough money to overcome the advantages incumbents have. And conventional wisdom says that challengers must raise more money than incumbents to win. Clean elections puts a cap on the money needed to challenge an incumbent.
I would urge everybody to go to the Tempe forum and look at the comments online. I'm the proud owner of the longest one. It's the one that starts, this is a horrid idea. The key point I would want you to take away from this is that this is an opt-in scenario. This does not prevent special interest money from getting involved in our elections, period. That's it.
Having people who may not have power or influence have the option of possibly requesting campaign reform, but yet you're not giving that option to people who are receiving criminal and traffic violations that represent a minority, low income, and it's an equity issue for me, and that's my concern.
Expanding choices of candidates at the ballot box. In the 42 years I've lived in Tempe, I have not seen evidence that there's been a lack of candidates running for city council. Those who run for office need to do the hard work of getting elected. Raising money, probably the worst thing I ever had to do in my life. Getting involved in the community over a period of years. And talking to citizens in the business community about why they should be elected.
My name is John Pecoraro. I've been in the city since 1977. I chose to be in the city because the people in it are pretty intelligent. The gentleman before me is right. The funding stream is incorrect and wrong. The people that would get a percentage against DNA testing charges, probation fees, other assessments, victim rights, criminal justice, those people don't have any money. They've broken into a house on East Laguna.
I think if you can't trust people, then don't get them there. And pay attention when you vote. It's just insulting to me that people say, well, you know, collecting money is really not a good idea. Well, you got to work hard for what your money is. I want to have someone. We have picked a lot of people over my time in this world is people we ask to go run for election because of the caliber of the people. You know, and the idea that we need some city to sift it through and take our money that they get, for whatever you want to call it, is our tax money. It's money that's gone to the city from individuals, is absurd and an
My
insult.
only concern with this proposal for, return to Councilmember Shapira is to try to consider other funding sources. You know, the tickets, I'm not a big supporter of killing people or punishing or anything like that. So that's the only thing that I would ask the City Council, David, and anybody else that is initiating this initiative to look for other options. And I think that we can definitely, fund this in other sources. Something more definitely sustainable would be through our taxes, through our property taxes.
Proposal to raise this money through adding fees to tickets. I find that concerning because the whole point of publicly financed elections is to ensure that officials have their priorities straight. If you're on city council and someone says, hey, all we need you to do is vote yes, and we're going to start putting out these automatic driving cars, and no more red light runnings, no more accidents, we're going to save lives. And I don't want a candidate thinking like, God, if we cut the tickets in half,